guys. Welcome to Dizz and Los Talking Sports. I'm here with Los, the professional. Los, how you doing?
What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing,
The
professionals?
professionals. Yeah. I'm Diz. Everybody knows from the other shows that we're on. So this is a big week for us. Super Bowl week. So first, what
Huge.
we're huge. What we're gonna do is first go over some parlays that we can go for. Then we'll go for the Los lock and our prediction, and then we'll just go around the world of sports and talk about some trades that happen in the NBA, some trades that might happen in the NFL. So first, go ahead, Gino. Let's talk some parlays. What do you got cooking up in your neck of the hood?
So a lock. You would have to say Saquon Barkley plus 65 yards and a TD. That's a lock.
Is that the
Easy.
Los? Is that the Los lock?
That's the lock. You're gonna if you're gonna put money on that, you're gonna make money on that.
Okay.
Now, what's enticing is you might want to throw in there a receiving touchdown as well. It's all going to depend on the game script. I think the Eagles are going to take a firm lead early, and I don't think it's going to be a close game at all, man. I think Philly with Saquon Barkley, the X factor, it's a different game, man. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, of course you got to respect the champs. You know they're the champs, but when they played the Eagles didn't have Saquon
Yeah.
Barkley.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, he's playing to prove something. Um Jalen Hurts, he's playing to prove something. That loss to the Chiefs 2 years ago, that hurt.
Yeah,
So so he
he has the screen saved on his phone of the confetti coming down.
listen, I'm a Giants season ticket holder. I love the Giants, but listen, man, the last thing I want to do is root for the Eagles, but it's you got to give them credit, man. They got it done. Got the Super Bowl. They're gonna get it done this week. They're not even gonna have to do no trick plays, no Philly special. Nah, they're just gonna run it up the gut,
Yeah. Hey, listen,
pound it.
going back to your parlay, you said one throwing touchdown, one receiving. Is that from Barkley or is
No,
that like?
oh no. So I meant it's guaranteed he's gonna rush over 65 yards. He's
Mhm.
gonna get a rushing touchdown. That's one right parlay. Lock it in.
Yep.
Now, what I think because of the way the game's gonna go, I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, and I think the Eagles are gonna blow them out. I think that Saquon gets like a dump screen touchdown, so that'll be his
Okay.
receiving touchdown.
So you could throw that as a plus two,
Plus
plus
two,
two, two
plus two,
touchdowns. So
plus two.
going back, I'm gonna do my parlays, and I'm gonna throw a eagle in there, and I'm gonna throw a chief in there. I got Barkley rushing and receiving combined over 120 yards. He's gonna have a touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have Xavier Worthy rushing and receiving over 41 and a half yards. He does a lot of those screens, a lot of those like end arounds where they could
Mm-hmm.
pick up a big run. So those are two of my locks that I'm going to put down. Now we're going to go to. I'm going to have also Barkley having two receptions, just little dump downs, little dump downs.
But don't sleep on Kansas City. They're gonna put up some stats too, man, because they're gonna have to like throw it. Don't sleep, man. Denard Hopkins.
Yes, I think
He I
he might. He's been quiet through the playoffs.
he might not have a touch, but I can see him eclipsing easy 50 yards. I think he can go for 50 yards easy.
Yeah, I think I think he could go 50 yards. I think one big one for like over 20, and then a couple little ones here.
Kelsey,
My who
Kelsey
Kelsey always shows up in his
for the
time.
big games, big games. So he could be good for like 60 and a touch. He'll
Yeah, I can
definitely
see
get a
that as
touch.
well.
He'll get a touch.
He'll definitely get that. My prediction is going to be Eagles 28, Chiefs 20, Chiefs 17,
Ooh, I
and
like
I'm
that.
gonna have Jalen Hurts as the MVP. Who would be yours, Barkley?
It hasn't been done in a long time. A running back as an MVP, right?
No, it hasn't in a long time.
In a long time. So like I would, if Barkley rushes over 100 and over 120, I say if he makes it over 150 yards and
Definitely.
scores two touchdowns, he has to get the MVP.
Yeah.
Has to get the
Definitely.
MVP,
Do you
hands
see
down.
Barkley doing a big run and getting over like 30, 40 yards on a carry?
I think so, man. I think he's gonna break one for like 50 and just
Yeah, because you know
Rap.
why? Because also too, Cooks they were running on. James Cook was running on Buffalo, and also who was the other one that was running on him? Joe Mixon was running
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
So it's
So we both got the Eagles. Unfortunately, we're Giants fans, so we have to watch this, and we have to be, in some pain. But again, we root for Barkley to, he was a great team player we had, and we're going to root for him. Going around the league, why don't we go right to the other talk in the NFL? Some trades or trade
Cooper
demand.
Cup. Cooper Cup. They gave him the notice. They
Mm-hmm.
said, Cooper, we're gonna start shopping you. Makes sense, man. He's up there. They can get some value from him right now. What would be a good move for him? What were they saying? I think they were saying
I heard Buffalo. I heard Tampa. I
Tampa
don't
would
know.
be a good move, man, because Godwin's out.
Yeah, Godwin.
So
So Tampa might be him and Mike Evans. Oof.
that would be a nice one. I think Matt Stafford. I don't think Matt Stafford stays with the Rams.
After next year.
No, I know. I think like this coming up, I think they're gonna try to like move him. I think.
Rebuild?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Stafford's, if anything, he has another like a year or two left. Why not? If you're gonna get rid of Cooper, you might as well get rid of Stafford and try to get some like some good pieces, right?
Yeah, to rebuild because
Um,
you got Puka. That's going to be your main guy.
you know what? I'm not completely sold on right now. I'm like I keep on hearing talks on social media about the Giants, like investing in a quarterback, like through free agency. I'm not convinced with like Shador like being locked in to New York. I'm
Mm-mm.
not.
I'm not
Every
either.
day I'm hearing new things, man. I'm hearing like he doesn't have a zip in the ball. Cam Ward, like calling him out. He's like, "Yo, I'm not trying." He's trying to say, "Oh, I'm not trying to compete against you, Cam." I heard some talks were going on at the Shrine Bowl.
I heard that too.
Yeah, so like I don't know. Again, it's social media, right? They big up things here and there, but I'm not completely sold that the Giants are gonna go with Shador at 3, man. I can see him passing on him, and then maybe getting a a QB in the free agency.
And I've said this name, and he's just been talking to Barkley about it. Remember, I told you, Jameis Winston. He's
Yeah,
one that they need to motivate that not the huddle, the locker room. He needs to
yeah.
motivate that locker room. And I can see them, maybe in 2 years going after Arch. I think that's the main money ball right there. That's what we want. We want Arch. Giants want Arch. Eli has been talking about Jackson Dart. So
So
I mean,
they would take Jackson Dart in the late second. The way it looks like if he's there, right? They might even have to trade up for him in the second, which they have pieces to do that.
yeah.
Um, but who would they go first? That's the question. Like, do you think so? Number one. So if we go right now, if we go number one, right?
Yep.
Who's the number one? Are they going QB or are they going Travis Hunter?
To be honest with you, I think you got to go QB with them. You
So
got.
you're going. They're going Cam Ward then. Cam
I
Ward.
think so.
It's Cam Ward, right? So then at 2, you got Tennessee at 2.
No, no, no. Two.
Tennessee.
You got Cleveland.
Oh, so you got Cleveland at 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Watson is done, right?
Yep.
So who's their QB right now?
Jameis, but he's a free agent.
He's a free agent, right? So do you think they're gonna spend loot on Jameis or do they go for Shador? Cleveland is the type of but they won't let Shador Dion won't let Shador go to Cleveland.
No, I actually got someone that would probably go to Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh, do you think
Justin Fields
yeah?
went to
Oh, I thought you
Ohio
meant
State.
I thought you meant in this year's draft.
No,
There's a name out there, right? I believe he's from Penn State. He is a middle line. I think he's an edge,
he's a defensive end.
and they're
He's the
saying that he is the next generational talent
yep,
off the board.
yep.
And he's like I'm trying to get his name. I'm trying to figure out his name. I just seen it on social media, but they're saying that he's creeping up as number 2
They might even
over.
take him number 1.
Yes. So that means if they take him 1, they take him 1. Cleveland's going QB. They going Cam Ward.
But Cleveland's going to lose Myles Garrett. So why go after that defensive end from Penn State? Go
Yeah,
after
but
him.
do you need it? But you need a QB. Why would
They
you
need a
go after?
lot.
They need no, yeah, but you would address the QB before you address the defensive end.
Yeah, you would. You would. You would.
You know, so that means so let's hypothetically say number two goes Cam Moore. Number three, we have an option of Shador or passing and going somewhere with that or trading that pick for other picks. What would the Giants do? I don't see the. I'm not sold with Shador going to New York, man. To
I'm
be
not
honest
so.
with
I'm
you,
not so.
I'm
The
not.
stuff I'm seeing, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I just don't think he's that talented. His IQ is good of quarterback. The better talent out there.
I'd rather
Better talent.
spend. I'd rather spend. Yo, Justin Fields is going to cost 20 million, at least 20 million for 2 years. If he when he starts making trying to get deals, Justin Fields is going to call for at least 2 years, 20 million at least, and I think the Giants can pay that.
Well, they couldn't pay Barkley, but
No, but
yeah, I think they would
I
have to.
think
They
they
would
can
pay
pay
that.
that.
So you go ahead, you get Fields. So what are you going to do? You're going to go wait for Travis Hunter? Are you going to get Travis Hunter, or are you going to trade
That's what I'm
for?
saying. Like at three, you get Travis. You the way you look at it, you get Travis Hunter at three.
But you're big on Travis. You're big on
Yeah,
Travis.
dude, because Malik and Travis and Fields, oh my God, huge.
Yeah,
Yo,
and
they,
Tracy.
yeah. So they would have to double. They would have to double one of them. One of
Mm-hmm.
them has to get doubled, right?
Yep.
One of them is gonna eat. One of them is
Yep.
gonna eat, and it's gonna be neighbors. It's gonna be neighbors. Next year, neighbors is gonna put up Jamar Chase numbers if
Wow.
Travis Hunter signs with the Giants, and the Giants go after either if the Giants go with Justin Fields if they sign him, or even if they sign Deshaun Watson. I mean, not Deshaun Watson. I mean, what's his name
Justin
from
Field. Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston throws a mean deep ball.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
80 yards, 80 yards.
He has a good arm on him.
Yo,
So
neighbors can burn anybody in the league, man. That's gonna be, we'll see, man. The Giants, they're on the clock, man. I know they're thinking about it. They're
yep,
thinking about it.
they are definitely on the clock. So the other thing was Miles Garrett, made a letter to the Cleveland fans saying thank you. He wants to get traded. I'm hearing the Eagles are looking for him. That's ridiculous if the Eagles go after him. The Eagles are that good. I mean, I don't know where they would get the money, but I would love to grab him. He's a great talent, number one defensive player. So
You-
that might be interesting. That might be interesting to look
but
at.
where would you like to see him go? Would you like to see him in the AFC or the NFC?
To be honest, I think he'll go to Baltimore.
I can see him in Baltimore, man.
Mm-hmm. I can
I
see him
can
in
see him,
Baltimore.
man.
Yep, I
That
can
would
see
be a
him in
nice. That would
Baltimore.
be a nice fit,
That would be. That
right?
would be. So then now let's shift over to the NBA. A lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of trades. The biggest one, Luka, out of nowhere, thrown. I thought it was clickbait, and I was like, "There's no way." And then I'm like, "Holy cow!" So
Luca
now
thought it
that
was Luca thought it was an April Fool's joke. He was
I
like
know,
on the interview. He was like, "Dude," he's like, I had to wait and look. It wasn't April 1st.
I know, and
Crazy.
that's the crazy thing. There's two things here that I see. Actually, three. One, LeBron James is going to retire real soon. He's going to retire. Two,
But what LeBron's doing, sorry to cut you off. He's setting the deck up for his son, man. He's that's what he's doing.
yeah, but
He's
I think it's more Luka. I think they're trying to set Luka up with the whole franchise. And this is where I'm going to go to the last one. He does have weight issues. He does have conditioning issues. They say he's up to 280. I didn't see that today. I thought he looked thin.
who Luca 280.
They said he's like 270, 280.
You know what? There, there's a reporter. There's a guy that's been talking about Luca, and he's been talking about him since last year in the finals. And he was saying that he looked a little bit slow in the finals last year.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't really playing, tight defense. They were just passing by him.
Yep.
He wasn't doing his part defensively. Scorer, he's a pure scorer, but
Yeah.
defensively he's one doing things. So they're saying that with trading what's his name?
AD.
AD, they're getting a defensive player. The only thing is with AD, he gets hurt.
Yep.
So, but you're getting defense. So if he stays healthy and he plays defense, and you got Kyrie. So remember, the points were being divvied between Kyrie and Luca. Now
Yep.
Kyrie is gonna put up numbers.
Oh yeah, and he's
You
the
know?
best one-on-one player. He's
Yeah.
the best one-on-one player. You can dip once you pass the defense, he can dip it off to AD. So I mean that's going to be a great combination. I think they're better, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
For the next 2 years, they're better.
But I
But this
think
is great. But you know what's crazy about it? This is what this is the fourth team that Kyrie has been on that ruined it. You got Cleveland, you got Boston, you got Brooklyn, now you got Mavs.
what was the sorriest tenure that Kyrie had? I think it was the Celtics, right? That was the
Yeah, it was like a
sorriest tenure.
year, and it was bad. It
Yeah,
was
you
bad. It
know,
was bad.
that was bad, man.
And I also go, COVID really ruined that Brooklyn team because no one
Yeah.
wanted to get the shot and this and that, and then
Yeah.
Kyrie, James Harden, Katie were all going at it.
I,
But go ahead.
I was having a conversation the other day at work, right, with one of the kids, right, and he's probably like in his 20s, and he was telling me, he follows NBA more than I do, right? I still follow, but not like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was telling him, what do you think about the Knicks, truthfully, in your point of view? And like, do you think they're at a win now team? They're like, no, man, the Knicks need a big. The Knicks need one more big, and they're contenders for sure, right? So now, fast forward to today. That was the other day. I'm on social media, and the first thing I see is
Now
with
there's
Kevin
two.
Durant, in a Knicks jersey. Someone posting it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
With all these trades, like Luka going to Lakers. Imagine some craziness.
Well, there
What's
is
to
craziness
happen?
going on because there is talks. Phoenix are in talks to get rid of KD. They were talking about Golden State, going back to Golden State. They were talking about going to Houston. They were talking about going back to OKC. They were talking about. I think Knicks are there. I think the Knicks are top two in the
Yeah,
East.
but imagine they get that. That's the big they need, man. They
But
get
they got to get rid of
KD.
someone. They got to get rid of someone. And that's the thing. They're clicking. We got Josh Hart plays every minute. He's a rebounding machine. You got Towns. You got Brunson is just a beast. I think it's going to be Boston and the Knicks, and then the West is just up. I don't know. The West is up for grabs, but I think OKC is a team. Well, Chino, we're about 20 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's end up with the parlay again. Your lock.
Professionals, all in super locks of the week.
Barkley over, what does it say? Over 65
You
yards.
said over 65 and a touch.
And a touch, rushing touchdown. That's locked in. And if you want to do a +2, I think he gets a receiving touchdown as well.
Mm-hmm.
A little dump screen, runs it to the house, touchdown.
Yeah, I can see that as well. My two locks are Barkley rushing and receiving over 120 yards, and Xavier Worthy rushing and receiving over 41.5. So we'll see. I got the Eagles 28-17. Los, who do you have?
I got the Eagles in dominant fashion. I say 32-20.
All right, 32-20. 32-20. I'll write that down, and that's it. All right, Los, we out. We're going to put this up probably a little short. Get it out there so the people can see what we're going to be working on. A little like and subscribe. We're going to get our YouTube channel out within the next couple days. We'll go from
What's
there.
the over under that the Philadelphia Eagles do a trick play? Like a Philly special or something.
I think they're definitely doing a trick play.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I think Kansas City's going to try to do some Philly
Kansas City
special.
will, but-
Yo, 100%.
Yeah, but I do see the Eagles doing it. I can see A.J. Brown throwing a pass. That would be funny, though.
Bro, what's going to happen at your job when Philly wins the Super Bowl?
I don't. I'm here. Oh! I showed you the picture of the guy
Yeah.
pushing me with the hat.
Yeah.
Trust me. I'm gonna walk in. My office is gonna be green, all green with Eagle stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, don't remind me. All right, Los. We'll see you next week on fourth and go with the bros. We'll see you then, man.